I recently went on a short trip to visit my hubby in Egypt, and I wanted to add some of the keepsakes from that trip to my planner. Welcome to another Junk Journal Snacks episode. It's Barbara from Vienna, Austria. For clarification, for those of you that are new to my channel, my hubby is Egyptian. He spends a lot of time there, mostly for business reasons. And since he was supposed to come to Vienna beginning of February and that's not going to work out, we decided that I will come to visit him, which I'm always happy to do because I love Egypt. So Egypt is located in northeastern Africa. It's bordered by the Mediterranean Sea up in the north and the Red Sea. Libya is to the west, Sudan to the south, and Israel and the Gaza Strip to the east. So I was there for 6 days and we did quite a bit of traveling in that time. Usually when I go to Egypt and spend time with my hubby, we either go to Sharm el-Sheikh, which is right here on the tip of Sinai, or we go to Hurghada. So both of these are on the Red Sea. And those are usually really great vacations with lots of snorkeling and relaxing and good food. But this time we wanted to do something very different, and it's also quite cold there now. So we decided to do a Nile River cruise, which I have wanted to do for years. So I flew into Cairo, where I met my hubby, which is up here. Then we took a plane down to Aswan, which is right here on the Nile. So this is where the cruise started. We had a 3-day cruise and we went here along and stopped in Edfu. And then the final destination was Luxor. So we have both been to Luxor already. I think it's more than 10 years ago for about 4 days, which was amazing. So all along this area, you have all these beautiful temples. And then from Luxor, since we wanted to spend some more time in Aswan, we took a train back to Aswan. Stayed there 2 more nights, then flew back to Cairo, and then from Cairo I flew back to Vienna. So quite a lot going on in just 6 days, but it was absolutely amazing. Lots of new experiences. We met such wonderful people on the cruise. It was really, really a fun trip. So I have all these keepsakes that I want to at least partially add to this planner. And I will put them in my February part of the planner. So we start here, and I think I have a few more pages. So if you've missed it, this is my Lulu and Simba kit, which is also like a love kit, a Valentine's kit. You can find that in my shop. My shop link is below this video and if you're interested. But I do have some empty pages. Yes, so I have this spread and I also have this page here. I have half of a paper bag here as well. So let's see what we can do with that. So fairly new in Egypt, they now have this 10-pound bill, which is made out of plastic. So this is the first one they have made in plastic. I think it's absolutely incredible. As you can see here, you can look through this. And it feels very plasticky. 10 pounds is roughly equivalent to 30 cents at the moment. The rates change every day. It's a beautiful bill. This is the back side. I don't know if any other country has bills in plastic. So I thought this might be fun to put here as a pocket. I do want to sew around this with my sewing machine. It always feels funny to work with real money, doesn't it? But I'm thinking 30 cents. That's okay, I can do this. So I'll take this to my sewing machine. So I've sewn around it once with a zigzag stitch and I'm going to adhere it with double-sided tape just because I want to use mine up. And I do like the fact that it's not messy. You don't have any glue squishing out of the sides. Oh, wait, I forgot. I wanted to add something more to the background. Let's figure that out first. By the way, and if you're wondering about this ring, This is such a lovely present from my Egyptian friend Eman, who lives in Cairo, who also has a junk journal channel, but in Arabic. If you speak Arabic, maybe you'll want to check it out. I will link her channel below. And this here says my name, Barbara. How cool is that? Thank you again, Eman. This is so gorgeous. I'm so in love with it. Oh, and these, by the way, I got in Aswan. I think they're just so cute. They make me happy every time I see them. I recently again got a comment from a viewer saying that she's scared to work in her journal because of the fear of the blank page. So maybe this will help you a little bit. So basically this is like a blank page, even though it has something on it, but you might still feel some resistance to start to add something to it. I don't really have a plan in my head. I'm just going to do something that's quick and easy. So I'll first spray my page with some water. Then I'll use my Rusty Hinge Distress Oxide Spray. I chose this color because of the color of my Egyptian pound bill. If you don't have oxide sprays, what do? You use watercolors, you use acrylic paints, whatever you have on hand. Oops. And as you can see, I didn't cover this page up, so we'll just use that to our advantage and just let that spill over. I don't want too much of it going on the spine because I don't want to weaken the spine. Let's add some more water here and let's add some more. Whoops, that was a lot. Not to worry. And I'll add some more water. And I'll add the color Stormy Sky, just because I think it will go well with the Rusty Hinge. I dried this mostly, but actually now I'm thinking I should probably also do something here because I'm definitely going to add keepsakes to this page as well. So after drying this, I see that I also got some of the oxide spray here on my inside cover, which I think is awesome for like a junk journal planner type of situation. But if you are very particular and don't want that to happen, then please cover this up before. And also here, we see the colors coming through here. Again, I love it, but just so you're aware that that will probably happen if you use these kind of sprays. Then I want to add some stenciling on this page here. So I have this beautiful mandala stencil, which I bought at Action locally. And since I don't have Stormy Sky as a distress oxide ink pad, I'm going to use Ice Spruce, which I think is fairly close. It's a little more gray. Obviously, I could also spray through the stencil using the same color, but I'm trying to avoid too much of a mess. Just want to put something underneath the page. There. I think that looks quite oriental. I'm very happy with that. And then on this side here, since we're going to have our pocket here, why don't we have some leaves coming out? Actually, I can put the pocket on. That will help me. So I'll again use my Ice Spruce, but I think the tips I'm going to do in a different color. So I'll have just the leaves coming out kind of like that. This stencil is also from Action, so another one. Unfortunately, I'm not able to link, so I figure I can do the tip in peacock feathers. Yep, I like that. So I'll just continue adding some more leaves. Oops, no, I used the wrong brush for the wrong color. That just had to happen. I already saw that coming, that would happen. I'm good with that. So into this pocket, I'm going to put these 2 tickets from the botanical island in Aswan. Obviously get to that island by crossing the Nile River with a little boat. So that was very cute. Let's add those here. We have a little window here. I still think it's incredible. I might add some more things here. And on this side here, I thought what I would do is to take this wrapper here of lemon wafers that I had. And I'm going to use that as a tuck spot, or actually several tuck spots. So I'm going to cut this down to the length of my page. I'm going to remove this back part here because I think this would hinder whatever I put in, because it would get stuck here. So I just need to cut that off. And then I want to add some of these photos here. So these photos are of a very special village that we went to, which is in the Nubian region, which is a region along the Nile that stretches across southern Egypt down to central Sudan. And its history dates back to 2500 BC, and it was home to one of the earliest civilizations of ancient Africa. Nubians have their own culture, their own languages and ethnicity, and they were largely converted to Islam. Today, the village of Garb Sohail, I'm probably butchering that name, is a very popular destination for people wanting a peaceful escape of the hustle of the big Egyptian cities. And as you will see here from the photos, it's full of these very colorful and artsy looking Nubian houses. There's a beach and there's a souk selling traditional local handicrafts, foods and spices. So by the way, this was a selfie that I took there. And then here, these are some of the houses. Look how beautiful this is. So I just printed these on my 200 GSM cardstock. Look how cute these houses are. This was my most favorite place of the whole trip. I mean, the temples and everything are absolutely breathtaking, but this is what kind of tugged at my heartstrings, I have to say. I mean, how could it not? How cute. I just love it. Speaking of the souk and spices and everything, I also bought some spices, not in this Nubian village, but in Aswan. And I thought I would show you some of those as well. So, oh, I wish you could smell this. This smells so amazing. So this here is new to me as well. This is a special tea. This tea is actually from that Nubian village, from the souk there. So souk is another word for the market. And this is a mixture of green tea and peppermint. I'm very curious to try this one. I love peppermint anything, so I am very curious about this. I also love green tea, so I hope this will be nice. Then another tea I got was this flower tea. This is completely new to me as well. Never had this. I did try this already and it has no particular taste. I find it very hard to describe. It's fine. I'm sure it's healthy. I don't know for what specifically you should drink this, because of course all these teas have some sort of effects. But since it's a mixture of so many flowers, I really don't know what this is used for. So Eman, if you know this tea and you know what it's good for, maybe you could just leave a comment. That would be awesome. And then I got some cumin, which I always get. My goodness, the smell is amazing. Then I always like having some ginger for some ginger and lemon tea, and also to use as spice in foods. and some beautiful cinnamon. And so I added some of the flower tea to a little cello bag, which I hope to somehow incorporate here as well. And then I wanted to share this as well. This is so cute. This is actually upside down. So in one of the cafes we went, I asked my hubby if we could get a receipt, because of course we need receipts, right, for our journals. And so then this is what we got. It's just a piece of paper where they wrote down what we consumed. I laughed so much, and my hubby was like, "You're gonna share this in your video, aren't you?" And I'm like, could be. I mean, how cute is this? I did also get a real receipt from another place, so that's what I was actually looking for. So getting back to this here, I want to put some of these in here, but I don't want them to wobble around. So I think what I'm going to do, first of all, is to make some more interesting shapes out of some of these. So I have these two random tag die cuts, and I think what should work is to put 3 of these in here. I don't think 3 of these will fit, but 2 large one and a small one. Yeah, they will definitely fit. So what I'm going to do is take a pencil and then mark 2 pockets where I can stick these in and they won't flop around. So I'll have one here and put one here. So I'll take this to my sewing machine and sew around it and also here. So I've sewn my pockets and I've put double-sided tape. Oh, and I wanted to have a souvenir from that village, something I could hang on my wall in my craft room. I haven't hung it yet, but I can show you what I got, and I need to find a spot for it. Obviously, if you don't have a sewing machine, then you just glue your pocket down. So I found this beautiful piece here. This is, of course, the key of life, which is an Egyptian hieroglyphic symbol symbolizing life itself. It's made out of some sort of stone, and I'll be so happy to have that on my wall. So now I want to use 3 of these images with these tag shapes. I can do this one and this one. Maybe this one here. Okay, so I have these 3 now. Super fun. Let's see how they will look in here. Yeah, I think I do want to add some threads here into the holes, and I also want to ink them up. So I chose walnut stain to ink up the edges. Can never go wrong with walnut stain, in my opinion. Don't forget your backs. And I think this is a great opportunity for this very colorful eyelash yarn. Yeah, I think that will be really cute on this spread. And I also have this beautiful ribbon here, which was gifted to me by one of my Turkish friends. Hi Zeynep, in case you're watching. And I think this style is just perfect for this Nubian style as well. And I'm thinking, how about adding that here, on the edge of the page. And I'm using some textile glue to adhere this. Seriously, how cute is this? I'm just going to clamp that down until that sticks a little bit better. Then I want to add this selfie onto this paper bag. I want to give it some round corners. Side note, I've just accidentally emptied this whole punch because it fell down onto my floor. So good job. Then I'll ink up those edges as well with walnut stain. So I took this to my sewing machine as well, and I added double-sided tape to these 3 sides. So that way that also becomes a pocket. Then I've typed the word selfie on my vintage typewriter, and I can now cut that out and add that to my selfie. And I want to send some very warm greetings to my new friends that we met on the cruise. So Henan and Heba and Mahar and sweet little Selina. Heba and Selina actually live in Vienna. How cool is that? So that's the place I live, if you don't know that. So I'm really hoping that Heba and I can meet up sometime. Heba is the first girl that I have met who lives in Vienna. How cool is that? Where do we put this? Up here maybe? Then I should have done that before I glued the pocket down. I want to actually tear this open because of course we want to use that as a pocket. You could obviously use scissors, but I want the raggedy torn look. And of course I also want to add my flower tea sample. I've also typed up a label for that. What if I simply staple that up here? Okay. I could put this cute receipt in this pocket, maybe along with this one. Yeah, that should fit. So I'll ink up those edges as well. Actually, I'll also round the corners. And then I can add the name of that town here because there's no way I'm going to remember that. And that can go here as well. I can add some journaling on the back. And then, of course, we still have this back side, and we also have space in here. I really want to have this picture showing, but it's a bit too big for my pocket, so I'll just cut that down a little bit to fit. So I cut this down to size, took it to my sewing machine, and again added the double-sided tape on 3 sides, so it will create another pocket. What do we put in here? How about this here? This looks very strange, doesn't it? This is one of my favorite foods in Egypt. It's called koshari. This is a paper from the restaurant, so koshari, and the restaurant's name was El Tahrir. And it's a combination of spaghetti noodles, small macaronis, rice, lentils, chickpeas, and then you add a tomato sauce on top and some fried crispy onions and a mixture of vinegar and garlic. I made this once at home. It's been a while. I think I have to make it again, but I love this food so much. So I think this is what's going to go in here. And as you can imagine, it was really nice and warm there. So during the day, it was like t-shirt weather. But during the night, it got really cold. It was like winter jacket weather. And of course, coming back here to cold Vienna. And there's actually also some snow on the ground. I was not particularly happy. I'm preventing to go outside as much as possible at the moment. I have to get used to this cold climate again. So I can add some journaling about the koshery here. I can stick in here. And then I still have these pictures, which I could just stick in here in the pocket for now until I figure out what I want to do with them or where I want to put them. Okay, this one is too tall. I'll just add that here for now and decide what to do with it. These we can take off. Yeah, so this is stuck down well. So this turned out to be a super colorful spread. Lots of cute memories for me. Tags are really fun in here. And I love this here. Let's see what that looks like when we close the signature. Oh yeah, how cute is this? So thank you for hanging out with me again today. Hopefully you found some inspiration in there somehow. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.